Hi, this is Trent, and we are talking about updating course literature in English classrooms to make it more relevant in society. I am sure that many of you are familiar with the Canterbury Tales written by Geoffrey Schlosser, a book written with the purpose of existing within the 14th and 15th century, and as is proposed, not today. These animals will not listen. No, not one little bit. Chaucer's stories out of date and will not fit in our kit. We must find another modern story, our destiny's Canterbury, but that is not what my own heart is telling me. I try to keep them laughing, put a smile upon their faces, stick a tail out of a window without single hint of grace. I must entertain them, but clearly you can see our destiny's Canterbury is an old-fashioned pack of lies for me. I do not care much for picking fruit, and this big text ain't much of a hoot. No matter what I try, I cannot read this Middle English toot. I have so many words to see, it is no fun being me. But Canterbury will always be the only book from 43 BC. I am in love with language patterns, but I also have concerns, for I must sift for 97,000 words. I must caffeinate now, my grade depends on tea. This should not be our destiny, but it is what that old dead author is telling me. I'm mentally bleeding, for I am bored of reading. But tales existed in their own time and gave insight to their own people and language. But teachings related to those concepts may be more suited for world history or linguistics. The Canterbury Tales was a work written for those written in their own voice. As such, we may ask questions such as, what is the equivalent of Canterbury Tales? One story called Homestuck can answer this. Legends say that it has literary elements that tales are commonly used to supply. For instance, of it tales show 12 stories all wrapped up. Homestuck shows these same archetypes in a way much more relatable to the modern reader. In a book called Moonwalking with Einstein, the author makes many claims surrounding the idea that the better a person can connect an idea to something they already know, the better it can stick. In this way, teaching may more effectively learn those 12 stories with something like Homestuck rather than the Canterbury Tales, a work difficult for the modern viewer to understand in its own way. Language is a natural setting, constantly evolves and branches. This principle manages the way alphabets form, how regions differentiate by accents. Long ago, English did not exist as we know it. Today, what we call Middle English was simply an ingredient. Middle English is the language of the tales, but it isn't our own. Therefore, translations exist, but translation is different. I went to the jungle and saw cool birds, and I traveled to the rainforest and met the most beautiful birds. Can come from the same text, but no translation will exactly duplicate the original. In this copy of the book, many rhymes and instances of figurative language are lost. As such, unless every student to read this book are conducted this daunting task of learning a new language, this book as a 14th century text is not entirely suitable for study in schools today. Before I leave you, may want to consider the list of contemporary writings found behind me. As language evolves, so should the stories we read. These writings are what we should study in classrooms because they are more relevant in our lives and our languages. No, I am serious though. Go check that list below in the description. Like, subscribe, share, and comment your opinion. Hey, no sympathy, Canterbury Tales.